What you're about to hear might feel strange, but that's the point. If it sounded normal, it wouldn't work as quickly as it can. The reality is, manifestation feels slow only when you follow the traditional route. When you stop playing by the usual rules, reality starts to shift at a pace that feels almost too fast. Not in a dramatic, unrealistic way, but in a manner that defies what most people believe to be true about how life and time work. It's like breaking an unspoken rule, the one that says things take time, effort must precede reward, and the path to your desires must involve struggle. But this isn't a universal law. It's a conditioning, and the quantum field doesn't care about that conditioning. Most people don't realize it, but the speed of manifestation doesn't depend on how bad you want something, how many times you visualize it, or how often you repeat affirmations. The speed is a byproduct of one thing: how fast you stop contradicting yourself. Once your internal state stops fighting with itself, time collapses. That's when manifestation starts happening faster than you thought possible. The result isn't what makes it feel illegal, though. It's how little effort preceded it. No struggle, no long wait, no emotional highs and lows. Just a subtle internal shift that immediately changes your external world. People don't talk about this part of manifestation, not because it's a secret, but because it messes with everything they've been taught about hard work, worth, and timing. Most people manifest slowly because they send out mixed signals. A part of them wants the outcome, another part doubts it. Some prepare for disappointment, others keep checking the clock. The quantum field doesn't delay manifestation to test you. It delays it because it's receiving noise from you. Noise creates friction, and friction stretches time. When you're clear inside, the field responds instantly. The reason so few people experience fast manifestations is that coherence, the alignment of your body, mind, and emotions, is rare. It's not hard to achieve. It just requires letting go of the identities that feel familiar. The identity of the struggler, the identity of the one who waits, the identity of the one who must prove their worth. These identities create friction, and friction creates time. When coherence occurs, manifestation doesn't feel exciting at first. It feels calm. There's no rush to share it or explain it. The body relaxes even before the result shows up. That's the key. And when you relax before the evidence arrives, the field starts acting as if the evidence is already here. The reason some people manifest quickly is simple. They don't know more. Their internal states just settle faster. They don't drag outcomes through emotional debates. They decide, and their body agrees. The body doesn't need convincing, nor does it need justification. There's no emotional spike, no internal struggle, just a quiet, simple shift, and reality aligns without fanfare. They don't need to talk about it. They don't feel the urge to explain it to anyone. They're no longer checking if it's working. They're living it. This is why speed feels illegal when it happens. It bypasses the process the logical mind expects. It breaks the rule that says change must follow a clear progression. It doesn't. The moment your internal state aligns with your desired outcome, everything changes. The moment your body agrees with the future it's about to experience, time doesn't need to stretch anymore. The shift is complete. Manifestation happens quickly because the internal resistance disappears. The second part of this process is understanding why time isn't the issue. Time doesn't limit manifestation. Your internal state does. What you call delay is simply a reflection of the resistance inside. When you're out of alignment, time stretches. The moment you align, manifestation speeds up. The key to faster manifestation isn't trying harder. It's letting go of the inner conflict. When your thoughts want one thing, your emotions want another. and your body prepares for a third. The system can't move. The quantum field receives multiple signals, and instead of collapsing into a result, probability stretches out. Once you stabilize internally, everything accelerates. The body doesn't have to prepare for disappointment anymore. It stops doubting. It stops scanning for proof. It relaxes into the future as if it's already here. This relaxed state is what makes manifestation feel so fast. You stop forcing it. You stop trying to make it happen. It happens naturally because your internal state has aligned with the outcome. The third part is where the magic happens. Once you reach coherence, manifestation feels like a response rather than a process. It's no longer something you do. It's something that happens through you. When you let go of the pressure to make it work, you stop stretching time. The moment your body and mind stop trying to control the outcome, manifestation becomes effortless. This is why the fastest manifestations often happen when you stop thinking about them. You stop trying to force the process. Your nervous system relaxes. Your body stops preparing for disappointment. You stop needing confirmation. You simply know it's already done. And that knowing becomes the foundation upon which the manifestation unfolds. So, how do you manifest so quickly that it feels like breaking the rules? Stop waiting for permission. Stop negotiating with reality. Stop looking for signs and just be. Allow the shift to happen naturally. Don't try to make it happen faster. Don't chase the sensation of speed. Just let it unfold. And when it does, you'll realize that it was never about speed, it was about coherence. And once you experience that, you'll never go back to the old way of manifesting. Once you align fully with your desired reality, manifestation isn't something you have to work for. It's something you simply receive. It's no longer about effort. It's about being in alignment, and that's when things move quickly, naturally, and without delay. The core of fast manifestation lies in the collapse of time. What most people don't realize is that time, as they understand it, isn't an absolute. It's a measurement of change. When things aren't changing inside of you, time appears to stretch. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and body with your desired outcome, time seems to collapse. This is where manifestation starts to feel almost like it's breaking some kind of law. It's not that you're going against the rules of reality. It's that the old rules you've been taught about how life should unfold no longer apply. Time isn't what holds things up. It's the internal resistance that stretches it out. The reason you're experiencing delays in your manifestation isn't because time is testing you. It's simply because your inner system isn't fully aligned yet. When you're mentally hoping for one thing, emotionally preparing for another, and physically bracing for something else, the quantum field gets mixed signals. It's not a matter of whether or not you deserve your manifestation. It's about whether you are giving the field a clear instruction. And when that instruction is muddled, when your internal state is divided, the universe stretches out the probabilities across time. Manifestation isn't delayed because the universe wants you to wait. It's delayed because your internal state is in conflict. The moment you resolve that inner conflict, when your thoughts, emotions, and physical body all agree on the outcome, the quantum field can't help but respond instantly. Coherence is the secret. When your system is coherent, it sends one clear signal to the universe, and that's when time collapses. Many people misunderstand divine timing because they think time is something external that they have to wait on. They're looking at clocks, calendars, or milestones, waiting for some outside force to tell them when their manifestation is ready. But the truth is, divine timing is nothing more than the moment when your internal state stops contradicting itself. The moment you stop doubting, stop emotionally preparing for disappointment, and stop anticipating failure. That's when the universe responds. Most people are still waiting because they've been taught that manifestation must follow a specific sequence. But manifestation doesn't build outcomes step by step. In quantum physics, all possibilities already exist. It's not about creating something new. It's about aligning with the probability that is already there. The outcome you desire is already available to you. The only thing standing in your way is the friction caused by internal contradictions. When your system becomes coherent, the universe responds immediately. There's no build-up, no waiting, no progression. The result simply appears, and that's why it feels so fast. The process seems to happen in the blink of an eye, because there was no gradual, linear build-up. There was no waiting. The manifestation just arrived. When this happens, it doesn't feel like a breakthrough. It feels like the natural flow of things. The logical mind might even find it unsettling, because it wasn't expecting it. It was expecting a drawn-out process, but instead, it got instant results. So, how do you collapse time and create speed in your manifestation? You must reach coherence. You must stop the internal conflict. When you decide what you want, make sure your body agrees with that decision. Don't just make a mental decision. Make a full-bodied decision. This decision should be felt in your nervous system. When your body relaxes into the knowing that the manifestation is already yours, that's when the speed happens. When the mind stops looking for proof, when the body stops preparing for disappointment, that's when the timeline collapses. The truth is, manifestation feels so fast when it works, because you're no longer forcing it. There's no urgency. There's no chasing. There's no waiting for it to happen. The feeling of urgency is what slows manifestation down. The need for confirmation, the need for proof, the need for reassurance, those are all forms of resistance that drag out the process. If you can learn to let go of those needs, manifestation will start to move quickly. This is where most people get stuck. They think they need to try harder. They add more techniques, more affirmations, more rituals, and more emotional intensity. But intensity doesn't create alignment. Intensity only creates more friction. The more intensely you try to manifest, the more you are confirming that it hasn't happened yet. The more you chase the manifestation, the further away it seems. The secret is to stop chasing it. Stop trying to speed it up. Let it happen naturally. When you're aligned, the universe responds at the speed of light. It's all about getting out of your own way. Stop making it a struggle. Stop adding effort where it isn't needed. Once you align with your desire, once your body fully agrees with the outcome, the universe will deliver. No pushing, no waiting, just the natural flow of manifestation. When you relax into that flow, you'll notice things starting to happen quickly. You won't have to force them, they'll simply come. And that's when it feels like you're breaking the rules of manifestation, because things are happening so fast it almost doesn't seem possible. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into how coherence can be sustained and how you can stop sabotaging your manifestations by adding unnecessary effort. We'll also talk about how to avoid common traps that make manifestation feel like a long, drawn-out process. Once you understand the core of manifestation speed, it becomes a permanent shift in how you manifest, and it will be your new way of living. The truth is, manifestation doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a process of trying and failing, of waiting and hoping. When you align with your desired outcome, when you stop contradicting yourself internally, the universe responds instantly. That's when manifestation starts feeling like it's happening so fast. It feels almost too good to be true. But it's not magic, it's coherence. And when you understand that, you'll never go back to the old way of manifesting. You'll simply allow it to flow. When you truly understand quantum manifestation, the biggest shift isn't in what you're doing, but in how you're being. It's not about pushing harder, or doing more work, or finding the perfect affirmation. The real secret to manifestation speed is learning how to align fully with what you want, and hold that alignment consistently without interference. That's where the magic happens. The problem isn't that manifestation is slow. The problem is that most people are stuck in an internal tug-of-war that slows everything down. They're chasing their desires while simultaneously holding on to old identities that are rooted in lack, struggle, and doubt. This is what creates friction and, consequently, stretches time. Manifestation feels fast when you stop fighting with reality, when you stop thinking of it as a process you have to manage or control. Things start moving at a speed that feels almost surreal. The key to that is alignment. Alignment isn't just about thinking positively. It's about embodying the version of yourself who already has what you desire. It's about making that shift internally, so deeply that it becomes your natural state. When your body, mind, and energy are in alignment with your desired outcome, manifestation happens quickly because there's nothing left for the universe to figure out. It's already been figured out within you. You must shift from the idea that you need to work for what you want, to the understanding that you're worthy of it simply because it already exists. The moment you stop feeling like you need to chase, prove, or struggle for it, reality aligns with you. This is where the concept of authority comes in. True authority in manifestation comes from a quiet, embodied knowing that you don't need to do anything to prove you deserve what you want. It's already yours. Authority doesn't come from force or effort. It comes from being so deeply aligned with your desired outcome that you no longer need to ask for it, chase it, or search for it outside of yourself. You simply know it's already there. When authority is truly embodied, your body stops scanning for signs. You stop questioning whether it's happening or when it's going to happen. You stop overthinking it. You just move forward as if everything you've desired is already part of your reality. The field responds to that kind of embodied authority because it no longer sees a person begging for their desires. It sees someone who is living in alignment with their desired reality, and the universe has no choice but to respond in kind. This is why manifestation feels so fast when you finally get it right. It's not about working harder. It's about embodying the state of already having it. Now, you might be wondering, how do you maintain this alignment and authority without it fading away? This is where stillness comes in. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It means creating space within yourself where your desires are no longer a question. You've made the decision, and you've embodied it so completely that there's no internal tension, no emotional room. You're simply in a state of acceptance, knowing that everything you've asked for is already yours. The power of stillness is that it doesn't require effort to maintain. It's the absence of interference. Once you've made the decision to have what you want, stop reopening the question. Stop revisiting the desire emotionally. Stop checking to see if it's happening yet. This is the subtle discipline that makes speed possible. Stillness allows the system to stabilize. It doesn't rush. It doesn't chase. It simply allows the manifestation to complete itself. In that stillness, you're no longer trying to make it happen. You're allowing it to happen. The final trap in fast manifestation is trying to recreate the feeling of speed. It's tempting to look for signs that it's working, to try to replicate that initial rush of excitement. But that rush is just the ego's attempt to control the process. Speed isn't something you chase. It's a byproduct of alignment and stillness. When you try to chase it, you're only reintroducing effort, and effort reintroduces friction. The key is to stay grounded, stay quiet, and allow the new identity you've created to do the work. This is where most people get stuck. They want the result, but they don't fully let go of the need to control how it unfolds. The moment you stop controlling, manifestation starts moving quickly and effortlessly. Here's the truth: when you get the hang of this process, manifestation isn't rare anymore. It's your new way of living. You stop measuring time. You stop asking how long it will take. You stop trying to calculate when the result will show up. It just shows up. You'll notice opportunities aligning. Things will shift around you. The timing will feel perfect. And you'll one day even be thinking about how it happened because you're already living in the reality you created. This is when manifestation stops feeling special and starts feeling natural. It's no longer something you have to work at. It becomes the background of your life, a constant flow of alignment that you've learned to trust. And when you get to this point, you realize that the speed you once sought wasn't the goal at all. It was simply a sign that you had aligned with your desired outcome so completely that the universe had no choice but to respond. As you settle into this new way of being, you'll notice that things no longer feel like they're out of reach. You won't feel the need to chase your desires. Instead, they'll come to you naturally. This is the true power of quantum manifestation. It's not about forcing the universe to deliver your desires. It's about becoming the person who already has them. Once you've done that, manifestation becomes a natural, effortless part of your life. The final step in quantum manifestation is integration. This means making the alignment permanent. It's about rooting yourself in the understanding that everything you desire is already yours. You stop seeing manifestation as a process you manage and start seeing it as a natural response from the universe to who you are. Once this shift happens, everything else falls into place. Speed becomes a normal part of your life, and you no longer have to try to make things happen. You simply allow them to. This is the true essence of quantum manifestation. It's not about forcing the universe to respond. It's about aligning yourself with the outcome so completely that the universe has no choice but to give you what you've already decided is yours. When you understand this, speed stops feeling rare, and manifestation becomes a constant, natural part of your life. It's no longer about waiting. It's about being. And when you truly become who you are meant to be, everything you desire will follow.